Bitcoin holders, crypto holders, don't let them shake you out. Don't be fooled by the FUD. And it looks like the market is not being fooled by the FUD. If we actually look at the charts, it's very interesting to see. But the Mt. Gox FUD is having an effect on the market. And we want to break down some of that FUD and why I'm not all that concerned about it. Also, lots of big altcoin news to share with you today. So make sure to stick around. And of course, stick around to the second half of today's stream because I'll be answering your questions. Let's get it. So, first off, I'd like to announce a Bitcoin giveaway. If you would like to win $1,000 of free Bitcoin, all you have to do, go to the link in the description of this video and follow our Wealth Mastery account over on X. Follow, like, repost, tag a friend. Pretty simple. Hey, you might win $1,000 in Bitcoin. And who doesn't need $1,000 in Bitcoin? So check it out if you want to get some free coins, guys. Super easy. Link in the description. So, that being said, quick announcement over. The FUD, man, they just keep trying. They keep trying to kill Bitcoin, man. Take it down. Doesn't work. It's not working. Look, Mt. Gox moved 95,870 Bitcoin worth $6 billion to unknown addresses. It's a lot of Bitcoin, man. It's a lot of coins. Of course, the market immediately panics. Immediately. Charts will cover very quickly. We'll look at that in a few minutes here. But look, guys, the Mt. Gox Bitcoin is coming. This is, whether you want to believe it or not, actually a wildly bullish event for the market. One of the biggest FUD stories, the biggest overhangs of giant supply of Bitcoin, it's getting washed out, man. See you later. And of course, you have to understand the fact from the fiction. You see, with Germany, they just insta dumped 50,000 Bitcoin in the market in 2 weeks' time. And it was absorbed pretty easily by the market, which is evidenced by the fact that when they got down to about 40,000 Bitcoin, they just dumped everything in about 5 days. The price actually went up a Bitcoin. People stopped freaking out. People bought it. So there you go. Okay. These stories will come and they'll try to shake you out. And I know a lot of people are going to be shaken out. We're probably shook out when we got down to 53, 54K. Okay. I was on here on the day that was happening saying, guys, this happens in Bitcoin. Bitcoin's a crazy market. Everybody loves the upside volatility, but not the downside volatility, all that kind of stuff. And to be clear, that's a lot of Bitcoin. But who is getting that Bitcoin? It's always worth considering who's getting the Mt. Gox Bitcoin. Lots of OGs, okay? Lots of OGs who, that was not their only Bitcoin in existence. Mt. Gox collapsed. Next day, they went and bought some more Bitcoin. So OGs are getting in. Yeah, some people are going to sell, man. Of course, people are going to sell. But the imminent demise of Bitcoin price because of Mt. Gox is massively overblown. Remember, it's going out to different exchanges. We have about 90 days of it slowly going out to people on these different exchanges. A lot of those claims were bought over the years. So a lot of people who are going to be getting that are the funds who bought the claims. And look, they don't need to insta dump. They don't want to spook the markets and insta dump. No. They're going to get their Bitcoin and they're going to just twap it out, right? Time weighted average price exits. They don't want to be like Germany, spook the whole damn market and dump the price down. No. These guys want to sell at 100K. They've been sitting on that for a long time. They want to get good prices. So this whole thing, a bit overblown, to be honest, if you ask me. Mt. Gox creditors report email from Kraken saying it has received the funds. So that 97,000 Bitcoin that just went to Kraken and other places. So the big exchanges, they now have the Bitcoin that they will start distributing. So Kraken's going to start distributing payments in the next 7 to 14 days. So it's coming. Okay, we're going to see supply come into the market. We can absorb it, and I'll show you why in just a second here. Founder and CEO of CryptoQuant.com, sharing this great infographic, the scary size of the sell side liquidity from Mt. Gox. Can you see it down here? Can you see this tiny, tiny little purple box down here? That's all the Mt. Gox Bitcoin combined together. Okay. Total realized cap right now versus the total amount of Bitcoin coming in from Mt. Gox. And again, not always going to be sold. It's certainly not all going to be sold on one day. People imagine like we're going to have like 140,000 Bitcoin go straight to Coinbase and just one big market sell down to zero, man. It doesn't work like that. It's not how it works. So you have to understand this and think beyond the bullshit that you hear in the market, okay? It's just more FUD. And this guy, Harry Dent, the uncool cousin of Harvey Dent from Batman. Anyway, Harry Dent, founder of HS Dent Investment Group, says he believes there will be a 98% crash in NVIDIA, 92% drop in the NASDAQ. Who hurt you, Harry? What did they do to you, man? This guy needs a hug. What is this? He also says there'll be a financial crash with lifetime within months. The S&P 500 will drop to 2,500. Now, in terms of the new Great Depression and a mega super crazy bear coming and all that kind of stuff, the bubble of bubbles, maybe, but that a 92% crash in the NASDAQ, I mean, my dude, that's some next level shit. Hey, maybe he'll be right and I'll be eating my words. I guess I'll hopefully sell enough in time that I can buy that. If NVIDIA goes down 90%, I'm a buyer, I guess. Jeez Louise. These bears, man. Tell me you're shorting the market without telling me you're shorting the market. Crikey. Hey, speaking of shorts in the market and people getting punished and needing a hug, when Bitcoin gets to $72,400, $19 billion of shorts will get liquidated. Yikes. Kook Rider calling it 2 years early. Yeah, guys, there will be a reckoning in the market. There will be another vicious, disgusting, savage bear market. That's not today. It hasn't happened yet, okay? Patience. The time for fear comes later. Now, it's time for a bit of optimism in the market, I hope. Anyway, $19 billion of shorts will liquidate at 72,400. Now, when that happens, that is the spark that pushes us beyond our 72K price range. We'll talk more about that in a second. Let's take a quick look at the ETF flows for today, see if they've got BlackRock on here yet. No, they don't have BlackRock on here yet, but on BlackRock, they were quite significant today. Again, another about $300 million day, maybe even more. I think it was $400 million today. Absolutely huge day for Bitcoin ETFs. Again, hundreds of millions of dollars flowing in. Where are we going to find the buyers for all that Mt. Gox Bitcoin? Yo, come on. We've had like $1.5 billion in Bitcoin buys from these spot ETFs in like the last 7 or 8 days of trading. Crazy, man. What is going on here? $65,000 Bitcoin. And we just tapped 66. Holy cow. Bitcoin is pumping. You love to see it. Now, why I say don't let them shake you out. You see, yesterday, when that Mt. Gox Bitcoin moved, this was the daily candle. Look at that beast. People panicked. We came right back down for a bullish retest of the 50 and 100-day exponential moving averages. Interesting, right? Price dropped from 64,500 down to 62,500. Bought up very quickly. Aggressive recovery. Look at that candle right there. Very interesting. Price, of course, now pumping higher today. Again, we need to keep an eye on this level right here, $72,000. There's billions in shorts that'll be liquidated, as mentioned, at that level, which could be a real spark to push it beyond that level finally. But that is the major level we need to be watching right now, $72,000. We've had a beautiful run so far. We have all kinds of areas of price resistance and stuff that could come in between now and then. But 72K remains the line to beat for me. All this here, to me, this is just noise, man. This is just noise. Noise is fun. We like talking about the noise, like we like talking about the weather. But this is when the dam breaks. This is when the real tsunami, the hurricane, the tornado, whatever you want to call it, that's when the weather gets very interesting. When we break 72K and have the breakout from there, which could lead us up to 90 or even 100K for the next major market local top, we could say. Not the end of the cycle, I don't think, at that point, but it'll be a nice area for a bit of a breather. We'll see a lot of distribution around there, some more price volatility, all that fun kind of stuff you guys love so much. Upside volatility could be coming more. Of course, this has been nice recently, but we're right back to where we were a month ago, right? I know. The price of Bitcoin on June 17th, when the markets were going down and we had the bearish retest of the 50-day exponential moving average here, signaling a further breakdown likely in the markets. Not great. It's been very clean, though. Look at this chart, though. It's been very clean, right? We came down, bearish retest, came down, initial bounce off the 200 EMA, come back up, bearish retest to the 100. Loss of that, came down to this area of price support, bounced higher, retook the 200 EMA, blasted past all those areas of price support. It's pretty interesting to watch. Anyway, 72K. That's the level, guys. We're keeping a close eye on it. Be updating more as we go through. CryptoCon sharing a nice chart here. I'll take myself off the screen so you can see the whole thing. Everything about Bitcoin's price action keeps pointing back to cycle 2. Multiple punches at an all-time high resistance in 2017, just like we've seen in 2024. Then after a support retest comes before all of the most important cycle price action, green boxes. I don't know about you, but I'd hate to miss out on all the price action between here and the MVRVZ cycle top zone. Yep. Be interesting to see if this is where we see the big move happen over the next 4 to 6 months, something like that. Again, aligning for a potential Q1 or Q2 next year, total cycle top. That would be interesting to see. We'll watch out for that, of course. We'll watch out for that. Next day here, breaking myself off the screen again so you can see a little chart here. Share another very interesting chart with you. And again, nobody can predict the future. Nobody has a crystal ball. Okay, we just have theories, we have charts, we have patterns that play out over time that may give us some future valuable insights on where we could be going. Anyway, he says, are we entering a 2017 style post-halving parabolic run? It's quite interesting to think about. 17 months from the bottom, like we were in 17. So it's the 2017 charts here. 17 months out from the bottom now, where we are currently. Be curious to see where we end up in the next 17 months. Now, is it going to take 17 months for us to get to the top? Well, what's interesting is that if it did take us 17 months to get to the top, that would be, well, completely in line with a Bitcoin 4-year cycle. Food for thought. Maybe, though, maybe it's like the 2021 cycle. We see this massive early peak in March or April, like we did in 21, some giant crash in the market, down 50%. Everybody thinks it's over. And we come back for one just last, hurrah at the end of the year. Don't know. It feels too programmatic almost. But then, look how things play out in markets. Anyway, theories, food for thought. Okay. Rez here sharing this chart. I got to take myself a screen again, don't I? This chart is split into summer cycles. What do you see? Biggest Bitcoin players are miners. They are the Bitcoin cabal, and we don't talk enough about it. Summers, especially after the halving, are choppy, and that's totally normal. Small miners shut down. They sell to reduce profitability, blah, 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 blah. There are many variables, though. ETFs, Fed liquidity, interest rates, all this stuff. Therefore, putting everything together is hard, and sometimes it's enough with understanding that summer cycles are a thing. Current situation may be similar to summer 2020, right after the halving. By that time, Bitcoin didn't touch the all-time high like it did this cycle, but this year is probably more accelerated due to the Fed pivot, et cetera, et cetera. I would say this summer isn't different. It almost feels like everything is aligning perfectly. Zoom out and see the big picture. They aren't going to stop printing money and any of that soon. So again, big picture stuff, guys, big picture stuff. Markets are seasonal and cyclical in a lot of ways, and they don't repeat, but man, they sure do rhyme, don't they? The Russell 2000, something you don't probably think about very much. Russell 2000 is up 10% in 4 days. This is the equivalent of altcoins in crypto. Okay, this is the small cap stocks in the States. Same should happen soon with altcoins and majors in the altcoin market. Interesting. Okay. Bybit exec says institutions are more bullish on ETH than retail investors. Not surprising because they can really, if you're a retail investor, you want to find something that's going to give you big money, right? And longing Ethereum right now, it's going to make some money if you take especially a decent amount of leverage on that, but you're taking risks, obviously. And it's what, 30, 40% up to hit the previous all-time highs. It's not that big of a move. And if Ethereum goes up 30 or 40%, what happens to Ethereum betas like Maker or Brett or Pepe or any of this kind of stuff? They're going to go up a lot more, right? In theory. But institutions, they can come in and buy $1 billion of ETH. They can't come in and buy $1 billion of Pepe coin, for example. So they can have huge liquidity, which is why institutions will be looking at Ethereum. And it will drive our bags up in price. That will at least, I would hope that at least an Ethereum ETF gets us up to $4,800 to retest those previous highs for Ethereum. Okay. But if you're interested in ETH beta plays, something I've been thinking about recently, and Kyle's been talking about a lot. I've been paying attention to it, have not bought any yet, but certainly these old DeFi protocols like MakerDAO. I love their products. I use their products. Kyle saying still undervalued at $3 billion fully diluted valuation. Still yet to rebrand tokens or redenominate the Maker token, which is coming. More on that in a second. Pumpamentals coming soon to Maker, but fundamentals driving the price action. Currently, crypto isn't ready for price action on a token that has both. Could we see a swing around finally to some kind of fundamentals in the market beyond just wild meme coin speculation? Maybe. I guess we'll see. Vance here saying Maker is the most underappreciated token in crypto. It won't be for long. Captures nearly 40% of all DeFi profits on Ethereum. Share this chart with you here. Number 3 crypto app in revenue behind Ethereum and Solana. Largest holdings of real-world assets of any protocol. BlackRock competing for allocations of portfolio. That's right. They announced that BlackRock partnership the other day. Absolutely huge news. Trades at 1/3 of the fully diluted value of stuff like Ondo, which is, from my understanding, just governance code token. I may be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure Ondo is just a governance token, whereas the Maker token actually has some interesting mechanisms behind it that can see some real price appreciation as the platform continues to gain traction. Anyway, Locked In founder who bought back tokens from VC dumpers at the bottom. Endgame to drive increased profitability, yield a stablecoin supply. New Maker layer 1 launching in the medium term. Redenomination to get a fresh chart and reset Unis bias. That can be, oddly important, to be honest. No VC overhang. All VCs dumped during the bear market. So perhaps, much in the same way that people have been getting excited about meme coins because all the coins are in the market. They're not these, 5% of the coins are out and it's worth $20 billion sort of thing, fully diluted value. It is interesting to think that some of these old DeFi blue chip coins, Maker, come on, it's one of the most important protocols in all of crypto. And you're telling me that Pepe coin is worth more than it? It's crazy. Perhaps fundamentals will not matter as much this market cycle. And it's all just about pumpamentals and hype. But anyway, it's interesting. I have not taken a position yet on Maker. I've been considering it. We shall see. I've been thinking, should I buy some more memes? Should I buy some more fundamental stuff? Do I need to not buy any new coins at all? Should I just buy more existing coins? I've got some ETH that I've been thinking of doing that with, or maybe taking a loan out against to get a little more cash to do that with. Have not decided to do that yet. I'll keep you up to date. If you want to see my full portfolio disclosures, link in the description. You can find it there. Pin comment on X. You see my current portfolio holdings, private sale investments, all that kind of stuff. Plus a risk statement, because guess what? Investing in investing in cryptocurrency is risky. You can lose all your money. Okay, don't forget it. That's serious stuff. Okay, so that was the bull thesis on Maker. Virtual Bacon here, sharing this. MetaMask posted a picture of Fox. Coinbase posted a picture of Fox. Foxy posted a picture of a fox. Curious. I'm curious. Now, does that mean that we're going to see any kind of like Foxy listing over on Coinbase? It wouldn't be so far fetched, to be honest. I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, keep that in mind. But it wouldn't be so far fetched. You know, Consensus is behind MetaMask and behind Linea, and Foxy's the big coin over there, the big meme coin over there on Linea right now. Anyway, I've got my Foxy bags packed and ready to go. So we'll see. We'll see. But a bit of fun speculation, okay? Bit of fun speculation there. DeFi Maestro sharing new total value locked all-time high for 0x. Oh, actually, one more thing. I gotta let you guys know is that there is a teaser today from the Foxy X account. Let me see if I can just find that real quick for you. So you can see there's a teaser today. Let me see here. Yes, this one here. One Fox Infinite Possibilities featuring Linea Build Culture Season. Looks like, teaser here, looks like we might be seeing some PFP NFTs coming for potentially Foxy holders. Keep an eye on that. Okay, anyway. DeFi Maestro pointing out new total value locked all-time high for 0x Mantle. Still a long way to go, but pretty confident on the path the chain is taking. Gonna cook up a storm in the coming months, of course. That relates back to the Puff meme coin, which I own, by the way. The Puff meme coin, which you're going to be able to exchange for Cook, which is going to be like the governance token for Mantle's $2 billion or whatever in Ethereum. Interesting. Mantle, of course, the layer 2, backed by Bybit. Interesting things happening over there. It's one of those sort of, I think Mantle overall is like that tier 2, right? It doesn't have the tier 1 hype like Solana or Base does, right? But Mantle's been delivering some stuff, man. And they do have decent total value locked and all that stuff. Can they catalyze that and get to tier 1? Don't know. We'll see. But definitely they've been doing some big things. Now, yesterday somebody asked me about Blast, and I saw this post on Blast. I thought it'd be fun to share with you. Luigi from Ava Labs, Ava Labs, sharing this, saying you either live long enough to become a layer 1 or die trying to reap social alignment. So this is about Blast. Blast changed their Twitter handle to @JustBlast from Blast_layer 2. Now calling themselves the full stack chain. They're the first roll up that we're seeing to leave Ethereum to be a standalone chain. Seems like Ethereum alignment was a meme all along. Interesting. Is that bullish for Blast? I don't know. Hard to say. Part of being that, part of the Ethereum ecosystem, Ethereum layer 2 ecosystem, all stuff. It's an interesting place to be. Going for your own full stack chain to be a standalone chain. Well, interesting. Then you're competing in the world of all layer 1s. Now, look, Blast still has $1.3, $1.4 billion total value locked on their chain, so it's not like they're suffering or anything like that. But it's interesting. Not an ecosystem I spent a lot of time thinking about, but hey, there you go. Anyway, by the way, if you're not signed up to the newsletter yet, get signed up to the newsletter. It's awesome. You'll love it. 135,000 people a week reading it. They love it. You'll love it too. Link in the description. Get all the latest on altcoins and much more than we discuss here on these streams. So that being said, let's talk crypto for a few minutes. What do you guys want to discuss today? Seeing a lot of can do comments. All right, half the comments are can do comments. Shout out to the can do guys. All right, but guys, keep in mind, anyone else listening who's not part of the can do crew, that these meme coins are wildly speculative, guys. You have to be careful, okay? People coming in and relentlessly shilling it in the chat doesn't mean it's a good investment. You should go buy it, okay? Be careful. Okay. What's your all-time favorite sparkling water? Well, let's start off with a strong question here. San Pellegrino. I think it's the best balance of everything. Lark Arrow tokenomics are badly understood even after 1 year. The circulating supply will be less than 1 billion coins, less than that of Jupiter. I don't think any one of us are holding for more than a year. I will hold for as long as is necessary, but yeah, for me personally, it's 6 to 12 months. It's a short, well, I'm going to say medium-term position. But yeah, I mean, come on. Once base, we start seeing a big market heat up and people start paying more attention to what base is doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I see great potential there for Arrow to really heat up. So bags packed, ready to go. Let's see what happens. Is it true that JD Vance is somebody was saying that yesterday. I don't know if that's true or not, but I guess we'll see. Litecoin laughing face. Yeah. If you're asked what you do for a living, what do you say? How do you describe it? I usually just say I work in marketing. Kind of just depends on the people, right? Depends on the people. Sometimes you want to open up. Sometimes it's fun to open up the crypto conversation. Sometimes it's like, we're just gonna expedite the process here and just leave that aside. I hope you listen and bought some Ponke. I was thinking about buying Ponke, but gosh, I just have so many meme coins. I don't know. I was really going back and forth last week. Should I buy another meme coin? Should I not buy another meme coin? Yeah, I don't know. I decided not to at this particular moment. That might change my opinion in a few days. I don't know. But I do like the Ponke monkey. It's pretty funny. But hey, it's up like 50% today or something. So congrats to the people who are buying or holding. You guys doing okay there? What are your thoughts on waiting for further confirmation from Bitcoin before unloading more bags into altcoins? You certainly can. I mean, until we cross over 72K, this is all just ranging realistically, not financial advice. Obviously, you got to make your own calls on what you do with your money and the buying and the selling and the clicking of the buttons. But in terms of looking at the general Bitcoin move right now, I think once we crack 72K, that's when the real fireworks start for Bitcoin and the wider cryptocurrency market, the next major leg up in the market. We'll see huge price markups for the altcoin markets. So you probably have some time in that regard. Depends on what you're kind of thinking, what your portfolio looks like. That's why it's always so hard to sort of speculate around these sort of questions. I don't know what your portfolio looks like. There's a whole lot of questions I'd want to know and ask to really give any sort of really, truly meaningful answer. But anyway, that would be my thought on it currently. You don't have to rush, guys. Once we see 72K confirmed as a big breakout, that's an interesting time. Now you can front run that if you know it's going to happen. I mean, it's going to happen at some point. The question is when. You can front run that, obviously, or you can wait for more strength to be displayed in the market. Because until that happens, there could be all kinds of crazy stuff happening. Do you think that Mantle will reach BNB's market cap? What kind of question is that? Let me see here. BNB is currently worth $89 billion. And what's Mantle worth? Let me just see if we can find it down here. So funny to see things like Pepe and Dogecoin are worth more than. Markets are quite funny. There we go. Mantle's worth $2 billion. I mean, so will it 40 to 50x from here? I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, you got to keep in mind that Mantle, the MNT token and the BNB token are different. Yeah, BNB is used to pay for gas on the BSC network, but it also has massive demand for the world's biggest cryptocurrency exchange, which is BINANCE. So there's a lot of demand for it from there for paying and fees and launch pads and all that kind of stuff. So they're different assets. It's hard to compare them like that. If altcoin season didn't start, then how did Solana go 25x from $8? Well, Albert, great question. You see, when people talk about altcoin season, they talk about this sort of the end of altcoin season, really, which is when people generally consider that the bull market is here. And that's the last maybe 3 or 4 months of price action, where you look and every day everything is going up 30, 40%. And it's just massive speculation, massive hype, wild euphoria. That's what people generally consider to be altcoin season. Now, look, there are times when altcoins outperform and underperform. In the last few months, we've seen wild underperformance from the majority of altcoins. Obviously, meme coins being the exception to that. And there's been a few other coins that have done well. But for the most part, most altcoins came down 50, 60, 70, 80, 90% in some cases since their peak 3 or 4 months ago. Peak local top for most of them. Many of the coins have not reached their previous all-time highs yet, except for stuff like Solana, which is a major outlier, of course, in the top 100. But generally, the entire cryptocurrency market has been broadly in a bull market since really the FTX collapse. And I know it's such a weird way to think about it. Most people can't accept it. But the bull market basically started the day after the price lows. That marked the bottom. And going from the bottom up, that's when things start to recover. Now, the first few months of post-bottom recovery don't feel good, but actually we turned around really fast. January 2023, we already had all kinds of bullish price action going on. We had Pepe launch back then, didn't we? January or February 23, or at least Pepe took off big time back then. So there's been lots of ways to make money. There's been lots of altcoins that have been outperforming. But when people talk about the altcoin season, they talk about everything moving in unison. All the bags go up at the same time. Easy mode, super easy mode. It's been relatively easy mode for the market, but super, super duper easy mode for the markets. Okay. Oh, you're thinking too far ahead, man. What's your prediction for this cycle's low? Let's see how high we get this cycle first. That's probably the major indicator. I've been thinking it could be around like $50,000 to $60,000, something like that. Let's see. I don't know. Let's get through the rest of the bull market before we start thinking about the bear market lows already, okay? Unibright, man, I haven't heard about Unibright in ages. I have nothing to say about it. I have no idea what they're doing. I haven't looked at them or thought about them in years, to be honest. Wishing them well, wishing your bags well, but I have no idea. I can't say anything on it. Chainlink, bullish, still bullish. Still thinking we can get to $140 a cycle. Not wedded to that number. It's just kind of like my, pull out of the hat number based on some reality and 3.618 fib levels and stuff like that. But anyway, Chainlink's going to go a lot higher. Fundamentals will get valued at some point in the market cycle, just not that much right now. Crypto Bros says you tried to shake out people yesterday by providing misinformation about Mt. Gox yourself. They're paying back creditors and not directly selling, as your tweet implied. I'll check on the tweet. Sometimes I don't solely tweet from my account. I've got my social media team, which also helps, because I sleep and stuff like that. I'll check the tweet, and if there's misinformation in that tweet, I will get that taken down. So thank you very much for that. I'll make a note here real quick and check that. We're not trying to spread misinformation by any means. I think it's important people get the right information. So let me just check Mt. Gox tweet from yesterday. Okay, we don't always get things right. Okay, if that's wrong, we'll check into that. Okay, thanks for that. We're not trying to spread misinformation by any means. Very much the opposite. Want people to get the right information. And if we got something wrong or someone on the team got something wrong, we'll check into that. So thank you for that. Okay. Where are we up to? Gosh, man, I don't know. Matthew says, what are your thoughts on the number one meme you could hold to get the best bang for your buck going into the ETH ETF? Can I say my Brett bags on base? Got big bags of that. That'd be fantastic. Be number one meme to hold. I'm actually quite bullish on the future of Brett. Think it's got good potential to go up in price. That being said, don't know, man. I mean, Pepe is probably a pretty good proxy for Ethereum if you want a sort of a bigger cap Ethereum based meme. But I think a lot of ETH ecosystem stuff could benefit. I mean, Foxy could do well based on that. You know, could layer two high Ethereum hype leads to layer two hype, leads to layer two meme hype, for example. Maybe that's a good proxy. What's the one that's going to make the most money? I have no idea. Depends on the risk parameters, right? If you want to look at a lower risk, quote unquote, meme, then maybe something like Pepe. Pepe might double or triple in price. Just throw numbers out there. I'm not saying it's definitely what's going to happen, right? Just as an example. Whereas some of those lower cap things might 10x, but then you're taking more risk because those things that might 10x might also go to zero. Or you can just, go for some non-meme options as well. There's a lot of other good Ethereum beta plays that could do quite well in that situation that are not memes. Okay. Texas Twister. I got burned on the crack whore meme last night. Imagine that. Color me shocked, man. Color me shocked. What? Okay. Lark, where do you stake your arrow? Well, two things. I've got about 50% of the arrow doing nothing. I'm not locking, I'm not staking. It's just sitting there. I will sell it at a higher price. The other half is in the liquidity pool, the Arrow USDC liquidity pool, farming tokens right now. It's been pretty decent so far. A lot of impermanent loss, a lot of volatility up and down, as you can imagine. But it's going okay so far. Hopefully it keeps doing that. Lark, do you really think that Bitcoin can reach $400,000 by next year? $400,000 by next year. It's not my personal price prediction. So I think we could see, for example, $215,000. That's the 3.618 line. Maybe we push a little bit of that to 250K at the absolute market cycle peak. That's like, in my mind, that's probably like the bull case, right? The base case is probably something more like 160, 180. And a bearish sort of take would be sort of like 120 to 150, assuming that the cycle plays out with any sort of rhyming to previous cycles. Okay. That's my take on it. 400K, probably too bullish for the cycle. And this is the thing, is if we get up to like 200K, for example, wild to think about where we are now, but it could happen. If we get up to 200K or even 150K, that's when people start saying it's going to 500K and people get trapped and they don't take any profits and they ride all their bags down to zero. Keep that in mind, okay? When the pi cycle top indicator flashes, pay attention. Are meme coins a sign of a top? Or, they used to be signs of a top when we really only had Dogecoin back in the day. And then other memes started coming on. And now they're just a permanent part of the landscape. I mean, 2024 has been 100%. The big story has been insane meme coin speculation. It's been crazy. So they're here. They're a part of the furniture now. They're just there. And maybe wild meme coin gains. If Dogecoin in particular could be still a good canary in the coal mine for, like an end of cycle move, for example. But yeah, the rest of the meme coins, it's just a daily part of the tapestry of insanity of crypto. Are you still bullish on Immutable X? I mean, well, I've never owned Immutable X, so consider that. But I do think that Immutable X is a platform. I'm not saying about the token itself, but Immutable X as a platform, I think has been doing really, really good. They've been doing a lot of great partnerships, bringing out a lot of cool games. So if you're bullish on crypto and gaming, IMX becomes something interesting to look at. Okay, but I don't own any. Oh my gosh, I'm like 10 minutes behind the chat here. Classic. Pi indicator. That's right. I love pi. Lark, I'm sort of new to crypto. Thinking about staking my Ethereum, is there a chance of losing it by staking? Good question. So, it depends on what you do. Okay. If you are staking, if you have 32 ETH and you're staking it directly and running your own validator node, there's a slashing risk, which means you can lose some of your Ethereum. That's one thing. You have to make sure you know how to run that node and can do it effectively. Now, you might want to use something like Lido Finance. If Lido Finance, they've got multiple validator partners and stuff like that. If one of their validator partners screws up somehow, I guess there's always a chance there of losing your coins by that. So you can consider that too. I mean, Ethereum staking, you're probably going to be fine. Okay. But it's not 100% risk free. Again, there's slashing risks if you're doing it yourself. And you have these sort of third party risks, which I think are very, very, very low risks. I stake some of my Ethereum with different people. ClayStack's got some of my Ethereum. Puffer Finance has some of my Ethereum. Kelp DAO's got some, not like crazy amounts, but some, right? But generally, I've kind of just stayed out of Ethereum staking. Part of the reason being stuff like the 2-year execute. So if you are going to run your own validator node and you don't get it slashed or anything like that, and you run it successfully and you want to go and sell your Ethereum in the future, you got a 2-year execute potentially if everyone wants to exit. Now, look, maybe you decide to exit today and you get out tomorrow, no problem. But at the market peak, there's probably going to be quite an execute that forms up as everybody else gets the bright idea, I'll sell for $10,000 or whatever else is going to be. So keep that in mind. Okay. ETH ETF incoming thoughts on ETH top this cycle. 15K, I think, is a nice number to target. Could we go to 18K? Maybe. But I think anywhere over 10K, I'm going to be pretty happy selling. If I can sell my ETH for 15K, I'll be a very happy camper. Lark, you're too bullish. Well, maybe. It's worked out okay over the years for me, but make your bear case, man. Make your bear case. Will you pivot from gaming if it doesn't have a run this cycle? I mean, if gaming has no run this cycle, I mean, yeah. By the time that becomes apparent, it'll be too late to pivot, to be honest. And I'll just lose money because I was wrong. That's fine. It happens. That's why I don't go 100% on any single narrative. What would be your backup narrative if gaming doesn't run? I mean, I'm pretty well invested in like layer ones and DeFi and stuff like that. And like we were talking about earlier with Maker, maybe that's something interesting to look at. Perspectives, right? If you stake, do you stake coin? You stake not appreciate in value with a coin does not. Wait. If you stake, do the coins you stake not appreciate in value with a coin that does not stake? I don't fully understand the question, but if you stake your coins, you get more coins of those. So you stake Ethereum, you get more Ethereum paid out into your staking address, right? So if you stake 100 Ethereum, you make 3 Ethereum a year paid out regularly into your wallet. So that's kind of how it works. I don't know if that answers the question or not, but it's, yeah. GameFi is a farmed Ponzi in third world countries. Well, I think previous iterations of GameFi kind of were like that. Okay, to be fair to things like Axie Infinity, it's kind of what happened. But if we're talking about some of the new games that are coming out, we have better game mechanics. We have better games overall, games that people are actually going to want to play versus just farm and dump coins. Watch out for some of those really good looking games coming out. Games that I hope people are going to play, not because they're Web3 games that have NFTs and tokens attached to them, but people are going to play them because they're good games that also happen to have these other features that could be a breakout moment for the crypto gaming market. And that's, I think, what we need to see. Bitcoin, no, well, Bitcoin's not going to zero. I'm talking about your altcoins. Ethereum's not going to zero. Solana's not going to zero. Okay. But, I know some of the shit you guys are holding. Okay. Okay. Come on. Let's be real here. All right. Some of that shit's going to zero. Lark, you do have. I've got a very minimal amount of Solana. I don't have any huge amount of Solana. What I got now, like 15 Sol or something like that. I don't even know. It's 15, 20 Solana. I don't remember the exact number, but I don't have a lot of Solana. I've been using a little bit to like farm Sanctum airdrop. I think, yeah, a few other things, but I don't have any large investment level amount of Solana. Should I have? Probably. Do I? No. So there you go. Lark, get more Benji. Maybe I should. Super chat got lost in the mass. Oh, yeah, super chats here. Yeah, that did get lost. So, what do I think of the Boba network? I have no opinion on it. I know very little about it. Sorry. Any day for intraday traders, 1 minute. Why do that to yourself, man? That's what I think. I rarely even look at the 4-hour charts, to be honest, let alone the 1 or 5-minute charts. I got better things to do, man. I really do. Daily charts, great. Weekly charts, I'm a fan. 4-hour charts, once in a while, I'll have a look. Hour, minute, 1-minute charts, you're crazy. You're crazy, son. Anyway, we're gonna finish up there for today. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.